My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Iratus, Lord of the Dead. We're going to be taking Soul Leech and Cursed Doll right here, getting Iratus's deal 30 magic damage on 11 mana spell, just because we're going to be able to do that with only 1 mana when we're on 100 Wrath, directly as a result of blood magic from the Ire Tree. Pretty sure there was nothing else that I was going for at the time. If there was, then oops, a daisy. I guess we can get Veteran Commander in a moment afterwards anyway. So yeah, next is just go into this battle anyway. It's pretty straightforward. I'd set myself up for it entirely. I actually didn't check the graveyard though. Suspect it'll be fine. Yikes! Can you not crit them out of position instantaneously? It does help that the enemy now has negative luck on them. But didn't I decide I should go for the Bard? So apparently the damage stat of the Bard here is actually only related to their healing stats. So it's not actually that they're about to turn around and ruin my day. Happy to report. I mean, if all of you want to waste your turns, it's fine by me. Yeah, I can move myself forward, and in doing so, move this mummy 1 row back, but I don't get as far back as I really would have liked, unfortunately. Even if I wait around, I don't really do anything with it. Damn it. I can't even really stress out the backliner here without moving myself forward. Fine. That's just exclusively on that target in order to lower their luck. That said, that's like most of the actions in this campaign so far, so fair enough. God. Enemies are connecting with a lot of these attacks for a significant amount of damage. Yeah. I should have cast a volley of spears in the previous part of the combat. Already regretting it. No, I need my Wrath to get up. So I can't actually start casting those Wrath abilities. Uh-oh, that looks bad. Remove debuffs. Oh. Damn it. Now I need to find an entirely new target and start working on them, at the very least until the rogue comes out of stealth. Unfortunately, that rogue no longer has the debuff, so this volley of spears doesn't even hit him. Oh, come on. Damn it. At least you're finally revealed. Unfortunately, it's still in a position where I can't really do too much to you. I'm about to get a lot of Wrath after the next action, I feel. Actually, no, I shouldn't use a volley of spears just to finish off this enemy. Ooh, although they are redirected. Redirects all targeted attacks and debuffs from the target to yourself. I don't have any attack or debuffs, so I'll actually just use that for a kill then. Sweet. And now we're back on 100 Wrath, and we can finally kind of relax. I think I will actually start targeting the Bard next. Yeah, the enemies having their debuffs removed consistently is pretty damn bad when our whole strategy is about debuffing the enemies. Seems like something I probably shouldn't let happen constantly. Can you stop? What are you? At At the very least, that target is now less lucky as a result of having hit me. I will probably target them now to try and continue decreasing their luck so that they can't crit. If they can't crit, then they can't get through the ward that I'm going to put on Ballard after this. Oh, God. That self-heal by the Bard was so crippling there. It's even a crit buff. Didn't do anything different, but it was a crit. Stop! Stop it, Bard. Ugh. Changing target back and forth, especially when the crossbowman actually has physical armor, by the way, so I'm dealing less damage to them than I could. It's not great. At least we're successfully lowering your attack.
Embrace your new existence.
Very minimal amount, but still. You are kidding me. That actually... That exact... Crossbowman needs to die. They are going to kill Ballard at this rate. And the Bard, like, we can't damage the crossbowman fast enough to stop the Bard from just healing it back without using spells. So fine. Spells then. Yeah, and I can't even remove the stance right now. Oh, this is awful. Fine. Just gonna have Ballard move backwards. Hopefully gonna try and save them from taking the rest of this damage. I'm gonna use stuns on the enemy party here. Nope. Didn't manage to stop the crossbowman from getting another turn. Well, at least he targeted Patricia instead here. The fact that the shield maiden is in the front line means that I just can't do anything with the mummies at the time. They should have just stalled their turns, though. That was 100% correct to just stall the turns, though. Damn it. Or it would have been 100% correct to do that.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Okay, I should be able to comfortably get everyone back on full HP now.
Extinction of life.
Just a little bit of a not great fight. It's okay, we can come back from that. We've had not great fights before. Many of them. How long has the campaign been? We've had exactly that many not great fights. Oh. God damn it. Have the mummies wait until the end of the turn. And then I guess I'll go for a heal. So that Onslaught actually has the possibility of pushing here. Breaking the stances. Hey! Shield Maiden now wants to escape. Shield Maiden does have 3 ward on them though, so I can't do anything about it. Oh great, both of the enemies want to escape. So actually, this is so annoying. We're actually not even going to be able to heal our characters like we were intending because they did a bunch of damage to us and now they've decided, you know what? Peace. You suck so much. Oh.
Antediluvian evil comes.
And we lost just a ridiculous amount of mana that we didn't need to lose there as well. Let's at the very least kill this Bard. Good. At the very least get the extra parts.
Mop up the gore. Might hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Alright, well, at the very least, we do have someone immediately to swap back in. And, in fact, it's someone who is better equipped for the mission as well. Okay, 122. Excavation. Right, we ultimately decided that we weren't going to fill Excavation at the time. but now we might. Oh, also, that blood diamond should have gone on one of my units before we went out there. That's entirely my bad. Call of the Wild it might go on. Right? Yeah, I think it could go on Call. We can change back to an ears like necklace later if we think that magic damage is becoming that important a problem for us. I probably should have just spammed out the rest of my mana because now I should probably just go to the Fountain of Restoration rather, and get my mana back. But there's an elite sneak in the fight afterwards. I probably don't need that grave, so let's go to the Fountain of Restoration. Take the mana. Okay, so the elite sneak is the only... It's not a sneak, it's an elite spell thief. He's the only elite in the next combat at the very least. Okay, there's no bard in there as well, which is very, very promising for us. Symbol of Fortune doesn't matter for us. What is the... I don't know if there's a better option in here for us right now. Including against Cannonier's Garb. Actually proving itself much more effective. Also, by the way, I have now been told, by the way, that Indiscriminate Fire only does 50% more damage with the Destruction talents if there are 2 or less minions left on the battlefield. Yeah, I forgot that it's enemies and minions. Damn it. Minions usually means enemies, but it doesn't in this circumstance. Bugger. That's my bad. Should I unlock Skullfall now? Feel like it could just be worth doing. Go straight down the line. But Skullfall is so expensive that I would never really cast it. It's my primary concern. Alright, final thing we have to check is, Carl, you don't have any reason to be in the front line, do you? No, you don't. You're all second liner through and through. Alright. Yours is gains 5 accuracy and 10 damage after moving, of course. Now remember. Let's start by removing the elite spell thief from the field as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, they're probably about to take a little bit of mana. Oh, yikes. Yeah, 20 of it. How dare you. Arcane Theft, and now you're more protected. With evasion in particular. Yeah. That makes sense. Should have cast a volley of spears last round. Oh well. Okay, so now the next person to act casts Volley of Spears. Then I'll get all of my extra Wrath. Beautiful. Scout is about to deal a ridiculous amount of physical damage to the target that I am. As long as it doesn't crit, I do have block. But I should still probably try and see if I can prevent it from happening. Gradually getting our way through there. Hey, that's a crit. Get knocked out of stance. Unfortunately, we didn't move her. Wait a second. She just got 4 accurate shot buffs. The scout considers herself as having been moved 4 times recently. That's a concern.
Their flesh and their soul.
Yeah. Whew. Thank you. That did nothing. Thank heck. Yeah, we'll cast a spell in next round, I think. Ooh, never mind. Probably don't need it. It's only really the scout that I was worried about, and if they're going to be locked down for another round, should just be able to take this kind of casually. Sweet. I love that the shield mains just decided to do nothing for most of this match. It's very appreciated. It's not going unnoticed.
First mistake. Opposing me?
I mean, the bone golems are still going to be completely fine after the fight, basically, regardless. It's good to finally have the ability to actually remove the shield maiden's protection, though. Damn it.
Antediluvian evil comes
At the absolute worst time. I mean, if I can't break the block, might as well just heal up. I guess at the absolute least, I'm forcing her to do it again next turn, but it's just not benefiting me at all to do. I guess eventually I will just be able to make my way directly through her, but... Oh, God. Just a task and a half. Yeah, and it is going to be annoying if they manage to just crit other targets and bring them out. Ooh. Right, of course, Onslaught can actually be used from the back positions. I mean, she's going to use Protect Me no matter what, so I may as well remove some luck from the rogue so that he stops critting us.
rot their flesh and their soul.
Okay, at the very least, we've got Insanity on the back line. And, oh, it's Cowardice as well. So we can actually choose to take a Vampire away from this fight if we'd like. I can get behind that. Although, hang on, we do have an elite in the next space, so I probably want all of my mana for that.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Yeah, that probably is a certainly, I feel. Alright, Shield Maiden. You've got a decent amount of HP left. However, I have 4 stacks of Wrathful Recovery on only one of my units. Odd.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Does get you to madness, though. Your Insanity was losing all block, ward, armor, resistance, and it reduces your luck to 0, and you lose 50% of your attack. That's pretty harsh. I mean, I don't really have to let them leave, but yeah, it's fine. I don't really want to waste a spell just for a little bit of extra resource. All right. So let's think about what exactly is in the next squad, because that is not very recognizable. We have an Elite Scout and Elite Elven Rangers. 2 Elite Scouts, 2 Elite Elven Rangers. All right, they're exactly the same as the thing we were just first. Cool. So no armor, no resistance, no ward, no block. They do, however, have 40 evasion. So evasion is the primary thing that we have to concern ourselves with here. So how do we counter evasion? Well, we can also lower their accuracy. Their accuracy is 140 by base and then 115. Yeah, we're not lowering their accuracy. That's not going to be effective for us. So how do we deal with these enemies then? Well, evasion spells go through it, don't they? Spells can't be evaded? It's just about casting a bunch of spells then. Why does that feel like it's probably not the actual truth of the matter? Stuns every buffed enemy. Bosses are immune. That could actually be used in the next combat. That said, does that go through ward? It doesn't guarantee that it does. I don't know. All right, let's have a look at whether or not we can get a better skull for Call of the Wild right now. We definitely can. Okay, so we are swimming in skulls.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Give this a purple. Thank you. It is 3 attack, 6 vigor, and 1 block. How's your accuracy? Your accuracy is actually really, really boosted by some other stuff already. So yeah, that's a totally fine skull to put on you. All right, Call of the Wild is almost complete. Kyle is, you know, pretty far from complete just because we gave them blue skulls. Blue rags. Yeah, we can make blue rags right now. Sorry, higher quality than blue rags. We can do that for bones as well. Let's go for purple bones and purple rags.
Behold my work.
All right.
It's no gold, but
Heck, we might actually be able to get a couple copies of the purple rags.
ah, the smell of successful
Definitely can.
alchemy.
All right. Dread, luck, vigor, kind of garbage. Initiative, luck, attack. Pretty good. Well, glad that I went for both of those there, because the first one was absolutely useless. Okay. And then the bones, we already did at the same time. Initiative, evasion, armor. I would like that to have accuracy in it. It doesn't at the moment. I'm fine with giving it to Patricia at the moment just because it is useful stats over pretty much useless stats that Patricia had in that position previously. But I'm very hopeful that the skull that we end up equipping with Patricia actually has extra accuracy involved. All right. You know what? If we're not doing it anywhere else, now's time to build the Abode of Wrath. Which also means that I, like, 100% should not have just used as many resources as I did.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of undead.
Okay, so Blood Phantasm and Lost Soul. I think I made an extra Blood Phantasm and Lost Soul somewhere. Yep.
You know, the dead is surprising.
Also goes there. Blood Phantasm goes here. Okay, so now I just need the ability to fill all of those slots, as well as all of the slots in the other area. Maybe it's time to leave the library. Target minion loses 20 vigor and gains 5 attack until the battle ends. No. Target's next attack is guaranteed to be a critical hit. That is actually kind of useful, isn't it? Right? Because it means that if I guarantee... It means that I can try and get people out of stances a lot more easily. Remove all buffs, debuffs from the player's minions and remove all buffs from enemies. So debuffs from my minions is not something I care about, but removing all buffs from enemies is, because that's something that I don't necessarily have access to myself. You know what? I actually think it's time to get everyone out of that area. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with that tree.
Reveal their secrets.
As we have, like, excess people easily, I guess we'll throw them in those areas. Or back in there, rather. Right? Guess I probably should have gone for the Dead Leg first. The Abode of Wrath getting built up means that, like, the first time that I kill an enemy with a spell, I then have 100 Wrath from then on out. And that's the real good point to be at. I guess the enemies here are going to be doing a lot of physical damage, so maybe I do drop the Cannoneer's Garb for the Ribcage armor. But at the same rate, maybe I need the Cannoneer's Garb in order to kill them as quickly as possible. Maybe I need that as well as the Scroll of Skullfall. Like, I know that I'm not going to be using the Scroll of Skullfall in the boss combat.
Undead features.
Alright. I have spent a long time on exactly one fight and preparation. Two fights. Two fights in preparation for an elite squad. Never mind. Actually, a much better pace. Ouch. Right. We need an enemy dead as quickly as possible.
Making a mass grave.
I used the spells earlier rather than later just because I don't want to get to my next turn and realize, oh, I forgot to cast a spell. Oops. Yeah, that was poorly done on my part. I feel like I should probably Splinter Hell now. Yeah. At the very least, we got to stun one of the backline enemies, make them skip their turn, so I don't have to worry about that ridiculous amount of damage I was about to take. This Elite Ranger at the front is making me real uncomfortable. Yikes. Attacks against target, ignore, block, armor, ward, and resistance, and you're highly more likely to be attacked. Great. So this Elite Scout is now actually going to be able to hit that position. I was kind of relying on them not doing that. I mean, I guess I have the ability to use Impending Misery to move forward. One sec. Right, so if I use Impending Misery to move forward, then I can take it on Patricia instead, and that'll go against block. That is, unless the Elite Elven Archer in the front line manages to use their debuff on Patricia. So I need to kill them with a spell.
No sun up
Fine.
in the sky.
Helly teeth.
Only weather incoming. Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Good that that hit the block. Oh, you have a trap? Oh, it's a favored foe trap. Interesting. Guess they can only use that if they get into the front line. Makes sense as to why it's first time I've seen it. We stunned her on top of it as well. Wild. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to be moving the enemy targets constantly because the more I move them, the more I buff them. Oh, God. Never mind, they move themselves.
Making a mass grave.
And I could try and remove a bunch of debuffs from allies, but they don't really matter right now.
Their soul.
Damn it! Stop with all of the murder, please. Yeah. As soon as we got to my bone golems, I was a little worried there because I recognized their accuracy is not that great, and these enemies have pretty good evasion.
Making a mass grave.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to do like a pretty significant party rotation after this mission just because of how badly it's gone.
Stockpiles.
I mean, you know, we could have gone significantly worse. We could have lost characters. So it's not like I'm complaining at least too loudly. Don't crit. Thank you. It's extremely important that you not crit. Well, please, again, do not crit. No mind, that's fine. Could have crit there and it wouldn't have mattered. Alright. Like, I kind of do want to, like, stall the rest of the fight as long as possible. Get as much healing on Neo as possible, because Neo, like, you just came back. And now that the enemy is not particularly lucky, they're probably not going to crit us. Yeah, I think I actually will take a little bit of time here doing a little bit of healing here. Oh no, wait, hang on. I'm not even at high enough Wrath in order to heal yet, so... In order to get high enough Wrath in order to heal, I was going to have to kill an enemy. It was never going to work out there. Oh well. Okay, so after that, Call of the Wild, you finally get, I think it was, yeah, it's Onslaught.
Serve me well, my
and Neo, you can finally take your extra defense there. Throw you back up for a moment, and let's finally empty the entire library so that I can take back from the Abode of Wrath. That is Ballard. Uh-oh, wrong unit. Almost had an awful party there. So the dungeon in the next area, we have our first female berserker. Because we had the berserkers, the dwarven male berserkers on the previous floor. So we have the female berserkers who are not dwarven, I think just human. Maybe even elven on this floor. They're a lot more powerful. Yeah, this enemy party is a little bit of concern just because of the unit in the back line there. The Conjuress. Yeah, I have to target her at the very start entirely. The fact that she has no block is at the very least going to make that a little more comfortable. Throw a Book of Ancient Wisdom in there just in case we need it at all. Yeah, there should be really no concern about this. We should just go. Also, by the way, did I just use... Yeah, I used the Scroll of Skullfall and I never even used it in the single combat, so... God damn it, Ryan. It's everything, right? Yeah. By the end of the next episode, we're probably going to be rounding out this campaign. One way or the other. I don't want to take the Conjuress first just because the Spell Thief is already on the field and the Scout is in front of the Conjuress, so if I hit the Conjuress, the Scout is going to get hit as well. Spell Thief has lower HP as well, so they're easier to quickly kill. Throw out some extra block there. Seems the most useful thing Carl could have done at the time, actually. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't attack and then cast my spell afterwards, because then it's just enemy moves until the new round, and you can only cast one spell per round. So I have to throw that before I attack the Spell Thief here. Which is really annoying. Oh, come on! The enemy's barely even alive! Also, that is straight up the Barbaric Yort from Darkest Dungeon 1. Also, really don't appreciate the Conjuress there just rolling a giant stun across my entire party, only managing to connect to 2 of them, but still, that is ridiculous.
Become part of the breathless tide.
Actually, I could have just purged both of the stun debuffs there. Should have done so as well. Specifically with both the Conjuress and the Berserker here on the field. Barbarian, rather, sorry. Specifically with both of them on the field, it does seem like they're at an amount of stun that could be insurmountable at some point. Yep, not good, not good. At the very least, if we do lose that unit, that's not our best unit, right? Yeah, that's Ballard. Not that Ballard is bad, but Ballard's just not that great compared to other units.
Making a mass grave.
Oh my god. 22 to 25 true damage next turn. Yikes. That said, I have to throw that defense out on Ballard just in case. Just in case we can keep him around. Armor absorb on the barbarian. Yeah, 27 armor on that barbarian, by the way. So that armor absorb kind of makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Oh, it was a trap on the floor. Right, so that's why you ended up taking the extra damage. At the very least, we stopped the Call of the Wild from taking the ignite damage there.
Making a mass grave.
You know what? I need to turn around and start attacking the scout. I need to kill the scout first. It's irresponsible of me to try and do anything else here. The barbarian is going to take way, way too long to kill. Like, it's going to be a slog. If we have elite barbarians, like, up in further combats, that's hell, baby.
Evil comes for you. Give them no mercy.
That's what hell for us is. You can't crit. Literally not possible. I mean, they're what? Negative 45 crit luck? We're getting closer. It's only going to take a couple thousand years at this rate. There we go. Okay, so as soon as we are like constantly critting the barbarian, then we're going to be able to start dealing damage to them with the bone golems, but until such a time,
Rot their flesh and their soul.
just going to keep going with the constant healing of my own party members. Try and make sure that everyone has some block on them at least. Well, most everyone.
Antediluvian evil comes for you.
Okay. There we go. That's the other unit that I should have made sure had some.
Their flesh and their soul.
It's fine. At the very least, we are healing up constantly with the unending ire. And the enemy is eventually losing all of their luck. Yeah, so we're actually going to full heal out of this battle. See? God, imagine if there were two on the field, though. Or just an elite one. I'm going to have to do some thinking off camera as to exactly how I'm going to want to deal with that. Like, it might be that we have to target them at the absolute start of the combat. Like, just then. Plus 33 isn't even that high, though.
My kingdom comes.
But still, plus 33 on, you know, whatever their base damage is, like 40-something. It's pretty significant.
Ooh, hope there will still be enough left to reanimate. Your frail bodies fail you.
Also, I can't believe we actually allowed her to hit another one of our characters. Ugh. The worst. There we go. Now we're all good and protected. We can get back to just gradually tickling the enemy to death. Uh-oh. That insanity is... Oh! Oh, it's not like a Berserker insanity. Oh, no, wait, it is. You lose 5 initiative, you deal less damage and receive more damage. Never mind, it's not. Never mind. Never mind the never mind. Double never mind it. All the way back to ignoring as if I'd said nothing. Alright. Sure, I'll get it. I did want to see what a crit was going to do from someone who had Wrathful Recovery going this time, but it's only 3 stacks of Wrathful Recovery anyway.
Your frail bodies fail you.
At this point, we should be pretty comfortable to just kill.
Antediluvian evil comes.
On. Got him.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
Lovely load of talent points right there. Not at all certain what I'll end up using them for. Okay, we do have an Elite Berserker in the next position, and otherwise it's pretty much exactly the same combat. So that's going to be one that I'm going to want to do a little bit of thinking about, because... that said, other than that, there is no, like, straight full Elite combat until the end of combat. Or rather, until the end of the run. So that's actually a pretty fortuitous path for us. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.